What if I told you that in just 60 seconds you could change the entire course of your life? Not tomorrow, not next year, but now, in this very minute. Sounds insane, right? Sounds like something a magician would say. But here's the truth. It's not magic. It's science. It's psychology. And above all, it's the secret that ancient prophets, mystics, and even modern billionaires have quietly used for centuries. You see, there is something extraordinary hidden in plain sight. Your mind is not just a receiver, it's a transmitter. And the universe, it's listening, always, but only to one language: emotionally charged clarity. Let me share something that once stopped me in my tracks. A woman came to one of Dr. Joe Dispenza's seminars, paralyzed from the waist down after a car accident. Doctors had told her she'd never walk again, but every morning for just 1 minute, she sat in silence, closed her eyes, and saw herself dancing. Not hoping, not wishing. She felt it, every movement, every twirl. She could smell the wood floors of the dance studio. She could feel the sweat, the air brushing her skin. She wasn't imagining. She was remembering a future that hadn't happened yet. And do you know what happened after 6 months? She stood, and then she danced. That's not fiction. That's documented. That's real. Now, don't click away just yet, because what I'm about to tell you might be the first real breakthrough your soul has been waiting for, and it begins with one question. How are you asking the universe for what you want? Most people plead. They beg, I just want to be happy. I need more money. I wish I could find love. But that's not asking. That's desperation. That's lack. That's noise. And the universe, it doesn't respond to noise. It responds to frequency, to focus, to feeling. That's why if you ask in the wrong way, you get nothing. But if you ask like this, with precision, with belief, with emotion behind every syllable, the universe can't help but say yes. So here's what I want you to do. Pause. Breathe, and think of something you want more than anything right now. Got it? Now imagine you already have it. Not in the future, but now. Let that reality rise inside you, not just in your mind, but in your chest. Feel it, taste it, see it. This is not pretend. This is practice. And if you can hold that feeling for just 1 minute, you've done more to change your life than most people do in a lifetime. If this resonates with you, if something inside your heart is burning just a little brighter right now, don't ignore it. Hit subscribe. Stay with me, because this is only the beginning. What comes next will shake what you believe is possible. I want to take you deeper now, deeper than the surface level noise of just be positive or good vibes only, because what we're really talking about is alchemy, not turning lead into gold, but turning thoughts into reality. And it's been happening far longer than modern psychology dares to admit. Thousands of years ago, a wandering prophet in the desert whispered to the wind, "Let there be light," and a people were born. In another corner of the world, a man named Gautama sat beneath a tree for 7 days, visualizing the end of suffering, and became Buddha. And in the Quran, Allah says, "Call upon me, I will respond to you." Are these just religious metaphors? Or are they pointing to something timeless? You see, before manifestation became a TikTok trend, it was sacred. It was the inner work of sages, of monks, of mystics. It was never about getting a bigger house or a luxury car. It was about tuning your soul to the divine frequency, the source that shapes all things. And that's where 1 minute becomes everything. Let me ask you something most people never dare to ask themselves. When was the last time you sat with your desire without resistance? No fear, no doubt, just stillness, just certainty. There's a man I met in Cairo, a quiet Sufi scholar. He told me he manifested his wife. Yes, manifested her after 20 years of longing. How? Every day for 60 seconds before sunrise, he would whisper her into existence. Not her name, he hadn't met her yet, but her eyes, her laugh, the way she would read to their children. He said, "I didn't ask God to send her. I gave thanks for her, as if she were already here." And when they finally met, she was exactly as he imagined. Coincidence or consequence? Now, science has finally caught up with what mystics have always known. Dr. Joe Dispenza, neuroscientist, mystic teacher, explains it clearly. Your brain does not know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. Let that sink in. When you imagine something with emotion, your brain fires the same pathways, releases the same chemicals, and reprograms your body for that reality. And the best part? You only need 1 minute to begin. Not hours of chanting, not years of therapy, just 60 seconds of sacred, deliberate imagining. Let's go further. There's something called the reticular activating system, a tiny part of your brainstem that filters what you pay attention to. If you constantly say, I'm unlucky, life's hard, nothing works, your RAS filters the world to confirm that belief. You miss the job offer, you ignore the smile, you never see the door opening. But the moment you shift that belief, when you feel abundant, powerful, worthy, your RAS goes, wait, let me find evidence of that instead. You don't see life as it is. You see it as you are. That's why the 1 minute technique is so potent. It's not passive. It's a command to your nervous system, to your brain, to the universe. This is who I am now. This is what I allow. This is what I expect. But beware, you cannot fake it. If your words say I am wealthy, but your heart screams I'm scared, the universe hears the scream, not the whisper. This is why emotion is the engine. When Jesus healed the sick, he didn't say try to believe. He said, according to your faith, it is done unto you. Faith isn't belief without evidence. It's embodied certainty before the evidence shows up. Now, if all of this stirs something in you, if you've ever felt that maybe, just maybe, the impossible could unfold in your life, this is your sign. Not a cliche, not a trick. This is the moment you remember the truth you've always carried. You are the creator. And what you create is not summoned by time, but by energy. So here's your invitation. Today, tomorrow, before you check your phone, before you pour your coffee, take 1 minute, one sacred minute. Close your eyes, speak your desire into being, not with neediness, not with doubt, but with gratitude. Feel it, breathe it, become it, and then release it. Let the universe echo it back in ways your logic could never predict. If you found this message awakening something in your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe now. Share this with one soul who needs to hear it, because when we shift together, we rise together. Now, I want to take you even deeper, because what I'm about to reveal next may shake everything you've been taught about how long transformation should take. Stay with me. Let's stop pretending for a moment. Let's stop pretending that miracles only happen to saints, prophets, or the lucky few. Let's stop pretending that the universe is blind to your pain or deaf to your prayers. Because what if the only thing separating you from the life you long for is just 1 minute of your full attention? Think about that. 60 seconds, not to beg, not to plead, but to command your reality like you were always meant to. You see, what most people don't understand is this. The universe isn't some distant force playing favorites. It's a mirror, and it reflects who you are being, not what you are saying. And this mirror doesn't lie. If deep down you still believe you're not worthy, no matter how loudly you shout, I am rich, nothing will change. Because your frequency, your emotional energy is what the mirror reflects. That's why we emphasize emotion over words, gratitude over desire, certainty over hope. Let me share something that changed my life and thousands of others. There was a woman I met in Colorado. Her name was Anna. She had stage 4 cancer, and doctors gave her 3 months to live. Instead of surrendering to despair, she decided to surrender to something else entirely. Intention. Each morning, she would take 1 minute. Just one. She would close her eyes and see herself healed. She'd feel her children hugging her. She'd imagine herself running barefoot through her backyard, the grass cold beneath her feet. She would say with tears in her eyes, thank you. Thank you for the healing that's already mine. She didn't ask. She declared. And 3 months later, her scans were clear. Doctors called it a miracle. But Anna, she just smiled and said, I aligned with what was already true in a higher dimension. Now, I'm not telling you this so you'll abandon doctors or science. I'm telling you this because science and spirit are finally holding hands. The placebo effect, once seen as an inconvenience in medicine, is now proof that the mind can instruct the body to heal. Neuroplasticity shows us that repeated thought can literally reshape the brain. HeartMath Institute has proven that gratitude regulates your nervous system and sends measurable signals into the field around you. So the question becomes, why aren't more people doing this? Why do people hear about 1 minute manifestation and roll their eyes? Because most people are addicted to the struggle. Because we've been taught that if it's not hard, it's not real. That change must take years. That transformation demands suffering. But what if that's the greatest lie ever sold? What if the truth is far more radical and far more simple? You don't need more time. You need more alignment. You don't need the whole plan. You need one vivid, emotional, unshakable minute where your heart, your mind, and your soul finally say the same thing. And then you let go. Because obsession blocks the flow. Desperation tells the universe, I don't believe. But surrender, calm, confident surrender says, I already know, I already have, I already am. If you take nothing else from this video, let it be this. Manifestation is not about chasing, it's about becoming. Not I hope I get love, but I am love. Not I hope money finds me, but I am the source of abundance. When you live from that truth, the external has no choice but to catch up. So tomorrow morning, or better yet, tonight before you sleep, give yourself this gift, 60 seconds of silence. Close your eyes, see it, feel it, affirm it, then release it like a leaf on a stream and walk away with the calm knowing that it's already done. Because here's what the world forgot. You are not waiting on the universe. The universe has been waiting on you, waiting for you to decide, waiting for you to trust, waiting for you to stop speaking doubt and start becoming the prayer you've been whispering your whole life. And if this message found you today, it's not a coincidence. It's a cosmic appointment. Now the choice is yours. Will you let the next 60 seconds pass like all the others? Or will you pause and unlock the power that's been waiting inside you all along? If your heart says yes, if your soul is stirring, then join us. Subscribe to this channel. Be part of this movement, not for views, not for fame, but because you remember who you really are and what you're capable of. So say it with me one last time. I am the creator. I am aligned. I am already living the life I desire. Now go. Go live it. And if something extraordinary unfolds after this, come back. Tell us your story, because the world needs more proof. Not that miracles are possible, but that they were always waiting for you.